What's up, guys? We're gonna go into a game on the dam as Kraken. I really like Kraken on the dam. Specifically, I don't like other monsters, so I think there's a lot of line of sight issues on the dam where like the hunters can see a good portion of the map. A few of those have been fixed, and a lot of the things that I used to not like, specifically like Goliath on the dam because you could hide on those pillars and stuff, that stuff's been fixed. But I still prefer Kraken over the other monsters. Maybe it's just that I used to play Kraken a lot on this map, and I didn't like the other hunters, and it was just kind of like nostalgic or whatever. But I tend to play Kraken a lot on this map for that reason, mainly because of like line of sight breaks, and you can kind of be flying over some of those things to make it a little bit easier. There's a lot of pillars that you can use for cover when you're in a dome and stuff like that, so I just tend to play Kraken on this map quite a bit. Other than that, I play a lot of Wraith on this map, but I don't really play a whole lot of Goliath, and I don't play Behemoth in general, just because, I don't know, I'm not good at them. I'm almost thinking that I need to take a new path on the dam, but I think this is still the best one. I just don't like it because you kind of have to commit so much into this little zone, and if they run down river, it's really easy for them to get a dome on you. So I think I just need to play a little bit more sneaky and like look for the trapper doing that. And if they are, I need to double back more often, because at this point, like, I kind of have to skip a lot of this food. Like, maybe I can kill and eat one of these things, but if I waste a whole lot more time, which this is actually wasting a ton of time anyway. Alright. I could easily get domed here. Like, if he's cutting through the middle of the map and not committing, not really, like, directly following me, then he should be, like, right at this river right now if he was there. And there's somebody, and that's actually Trapper. So that's exactly what I was talking about. That's perfect. So right now I'm going to sneak and see if I can get around this guy. So I'm going to double back, I think, completely. I might end up trying to get a little bit more food and get Evolve ready, because I feel like I'm going to have to take a dome now. But it depends on if the rest of their team's playing well. And I actually just saw, I think that was Lennox. But I don't know where those bullets were coming from, because I don't see her over here. At first I thought I was going to avoid her, but if she was... it looked like they were coming through this area. Maybe there was some bug and they were going through the wall or something, but if she was over here I was actually going to try to sneak bounce her and get a quick down penalty, because I know that the rest of the team was pretty far off. That's one of the risks you take if the Trapper goes down river and the Assault follows directly, is by the time that you actually find the monster, if he sticks around in this area, Assault is so far away from the rest of the team, or Assault and Medic or whatever, that you can even take a fight and probably get a down penalty out of it before they show up. Alright, so there's... I think it's Abe. I'm not 100% sure who their Trapper is right now, but I think it's Abe. I forgot to check, so... Abe is actually pretty weak to sneaking. I think I might have to take a dome here, so I'm kind of trying to get my Evolve ready, because I knew I was really close to it. Alright, so now I can just go on Abe and see if I can get out of this dome really quickly. There we go. So he was spread out from the rest of his team. Like, I smelled there, and I didn't smell anyone else in 60 meters, so, you know, they have quite a ways away. Alright. So I am up against Lazarus. I'm pretty sure that's who I saw. So I'm kind of guarding this body, seeing if I can get it done, but I might end up having to leave it, which would be fine because I'm Evolve ready. Like, I just get a free Evolve out of it. Let's see if I can get on this Lazarus and get a down penalty on him. I don't actually know where the corpse went anymore. I thought it was right here, but I don't see it. And I don't think it would have decayed. Maybe actually something ate it. That's very possible. Like, I'm not sure, did they kill the dune beetle that was over there? Yeah, there's the Dune Beetle dead. It could have been a Reaver or something like that, or it could have been the Dune Beetle before. I didn't notice when they killed it. I'm gonna keep trying to kill Lazarus, but I'm not really sure where he is. But yeah, there's a dropship timer I just noticed, so I'm pretty sure. No, that doesn't mean that the body is gone. It just because that starts regardless. But the dropship timer is at 30 seconds, so I want to get away and get his evolve off. Even if somehow they find the body, which I'm not sure where it is. I still want to get this evolve off regardless, but while the trapper was either dead or respawning or whatever. I'm gonna take 3 into Vortex, I think, because it's easier for me to like launch a Vortex in a straight line where I think Lazarus is. He's invisible. And it's also better for knocking people off of the corpses. Specifically Lazarus. I hate playing against Lazarus. It's super annoying. And I used to love it because I would never lose against Lazarus. Like for the first few months, actually, I hadn't lost a game against a Lazarus team because it was so easy to like abuse the fact that they had a Lazarus. You just focus down the trapper and get out of the dome like I did there. Even with Hank, the sustained heal wasn't enough, but now that his heals keep getting buffed, he's actually able to keep people alive decently well. Not as good as a direct medic, but decently well. Keep himself topped off, and I think his cloak was also reduced a little bit, so. Alright, so we're stage 2 here. We have full armor, we haven't taken any damage, and we did get the strike, so I'm ahead. Not by a ton, but I am ahead a little bit. I actually want to keep that assault alive, I think. Just because then he has to heal multiple people. But I want to keep the pressure. So Lazarus is sitting outside the dome, that's what you should do. So now that I saw that, I don't really want to keep him alive because I want to pull him inside of the dome. So I'm just kind of waiting to see if he goes invisible. I'm actually happy with Hank wasting his shield on Trapper. I think it'd be more worth it to use it on Lazarus. Alright. Let him waste his orbital. I know he can't be resurrecting when there's an orbital going down, so I'm just keeping Lazarus in my peripheral vision the best I can. I actually think that maybe you shouldn't be able to use abilities through the dome wall. Like Lazarus is able to heal him there. I think that's not... Oh my god. That was some crazy range on that Lazarus glove. I thought he would have had to get closer. Well, that kind of sucks for me. I think I'll just get out of here. I'm better off doing that. And just like doing an all-in stage 3 fight or something to win the game. This isn't the best pathing. I'm gonna get caught unless they commit to that corner behind me. Yeah, they're cutting, so I'm gonna fly directly over this assault. Ooh, he got planted, that's bad for him. I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure on this assault, but I don't really want to stay here too long. Alright, I'm gonna get back out of here. I don't want to waste a bunch of time where the dome's on cooldown when I could be eating and getting ready to evolve next dome. Yeah, see, they got me domed here. This is bad. So I'm gonna wait out this dome as long as I can because I'm not full armor. So every second that I waste is good for me. Alright, so I want to go on Hank. He's my priority target. I think I got him down. I think I saw him die for just a split second. When I like hit him, he was still visible. Yeah, there he is. And I saw the yellow instead of red outline. Alright, so Sport's down. I just have to try to make sure that he does not get resurrected. Again, Lazarus is outside of the dome. I'm still half armor, so that's good. Okay, he was on top of the corpse. I was trying to like lead that that lightning bolt towards where I thought Lazarus might have been, but I needed to turn there and make sure that he wasn't on the corpse, and he was. So his cloak is out, so I need to actually go on Lazarus now. And if I get this, it could be game ending. So there we go. Now I just need to make sure Lazarus dies so they can't resurrect him and get Hank up. So that way I know that Hank has is not only dead, but he has a strike. Looks like Trapper is running away. I'm not going to chase him because I can get the evolve off. That was some good damage. And I don't need to risk taking, hold on, I need to make sure this guy dies, okay. I don't need to risk taking damage and not being prepared for the next fight, because they only have 30 seconds on the dropship. I want to be stage 3, full armor, prepared when they drop. Because if I were to try to track down the Trapper and he lasts those 30 seconds, then they drop right on top of me, all of them with their cooldowns, and I don't have any armor at stage 2, so I would have been, it could lead to a bad situation, even though I could possibly win the game if I was able to kill Trapper. I don't know exactly where he ran off, but I think he ran towards the relay. I think he ran downriver. Not only that, Assault could be talking to him and saying, hey, he's coming downriver, get out of the relay, and then he could go somewhere different. I might not be able to find him. So this is just a safer play. At this point, I think the game's almost over. I got 3 strikes, and I've only taken a bar and a half of health up to stage 3, so even if I had 0 strikes, I think that I would be in a really good spot. I'm also going to go after this. I didn't really talk about this buff, but I saw this a while ago. And now's a perfect situation to go ahead and take it. This will allow me to stick to Lazarus a bit more. Alright, so let's make sure I get all my stamina before I go in here. I already see where they are. See, these are some line of sight breaks that like used to not be in the game. So that helps you to get to this fight a little bit easier. And Goliath had a bit of a hard time there, because he would have to waste all of his leaps just getting into the fight before he took a bunch of chip damage as he was coming in. And now you're able to get in the fight a little bit easier without taking a ton of damage. So they're already in a bad formation. So against Lazarus, I don't actually mind spreading out damage a bit. That actually is bad for him. He got stuck in a corner there. It made it easy for me to hit abilities. Hit him with some Banshee Mines. I think I saw Lazarus over towards the right there. I just want to stay on this corpse for now, though. And they're both actually down there. I can eat this. Lazarus either has to show his position, which he did, but it was too late. I heard those 2 shots come from behind me. So there goes one person. His corpse is eaten. Not sure where this guy went. I don't think he's down here though, or I would see him. Oh, maybe he was. All right. I knew he's around there if he did go down. Now, Assault's in a really bad spot. There's Lazarus trying to get behind me. He might actually go after, yeah, he's going after Assault. That's a situation where I couldn't get both of them. Let's see if I can quickly eat this corpse. I did. So I mean, I'm slowly getting people down, and they aren't dealing hardly any damage to me whatsoever. Alright, now it's just Assault. So there we go. As soon as Lazarus goes down, this team's gonna crumble. And there we go. Game over. Alright, so that was pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.